Okay, good morning everybody. We are updating on our garden here. These are the green beans. You move in closer and you can see that they are actually really quite tall. They're almost as tall as me now, so I'd say they're just shy of the 5-foot mark. And I mean, they have almost doubled in height over the last week, so I'm pretty impressed. The only thing that I can say is we've had a ton of rain this last week. I mean, last night the sirens were going off. We were having all those tornado warnings and whatnot. And this I thought was cantaloupe. This is really funny. I thought it was cantaloupe. I threw a bunch of cantaloupe seeds from, having cut up a cantaloupe in my compost. And when this popped up, I assumed cantaloupe, because when you hear hoofbeats, you assume horses, not zebras, right? No, it was a pumpkin. So I only realized it the other night. I was drifting off and I realized, hey, I think that's a pumpkin because it just doesn't look like cantaloupe. So yes, I have pumpkins now that I didn't plan on. So I guess I'll plant some cantaloupe. I have one and hopefully that'll go well. So here we are checking on my plants, my Caribbean peppers, which seem to be doing pretty good despite being very soggy. And these down here are just regular eggplant. I can't remember what variety, but they're like the dark purple variety. And then Gabriel's eggplant over here, the purple blaze one, is doing excellent. It's actually got a little tiny one that you can't barely see on it, but I mean, it's about as big around as a pinhead, but it's got one on there. And then my tomatoes, these 3 here that I didn't really count on having, but I have them, are doing excellent. These are lettuces that are doing pretty good, and I don't know how the spinach is doing so far. It doesn't look any different, so hopefully they're going to make it. And then cucumbers are doing excellent. I've actually got some little baby ones on there. Let me see if I can pick babies. Hard to see, but it's right here. There's a little baby. And over here, they're already vining up really well. Let me back this. Vining up the tree. And they're already doing their thing, and I've just been kind of helping them along. Every couple days I'll come in here and just make sure they're good and attached to the tree. And so, got a bunch of them, and there's probably 10 little babies right on that one little piece. So, we're doing good. My peppers. This pepper is probably ready to come off down here, and there's several others on there, but it's doing good, and I'm really excited. All this garlic is doing awesome, and all these have peppers that are planted in there, and they're doing good. Matter of fact, some of the peppers have over doubled in size since I put them in, and I'm thinking it's just they really love the fertilizing. This is a zucchini. It's kind of strange. The last 2 flowers that have bloomed on this had 4 petals, not 5. And I thought this one was just going to be deformed and weird and whatever. But apparently it's got its act together now and it's going to bloom normal. So, yay. And then I've got these other 3 that are doing really good. The little zucchini that I saw in this big plant here, it got blossom and rot and died off, so I guess it's just too early for this to really be fruiting. But it's actually getting pretty good size on it, and I'm pretty happy with it, so hopefully we'll have some more of those. Okay, and this over here is lettuce. Lots of lettuce. Actually, it's getting all really big and pretty, and I keep telling my husband, we can eat it now, and he keeps saying, oh, let it get a little bigger, let it get a little bigger. I'm thinking, how big of a salad does he really need? I mean, truthfully. And I told him that, it's not like, I'm just going to cut it all out and I'm never going to have any again. There's my garden helper. This dog is the most amazing dog. I got her last year, and I'm telling you, she can catch squirrels on a daily basis, and she's 8 years old. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. She will bring me dead squirrels, moles, voles, you name it, she'll catch it and bring it to me, and she's so proud of her little accomplishments catching these animals. rabbits. She caught a couple rabbits not that long back, and that was nasty because she made a mess out of them. But my tomatoes are doing excellent. When I put these in the ground, you could only see just this much of the top of them sticking out of the mulch. So all of this has happened since they got planted a month ago. They have had phenomenal growth, and I've been fertilizing them once a week. These here are my, I thought they were celebrity, and actually they're champion tomatoes. So my aromas are looking good. Something was eating the leaves right here, and whatever it is, I killed it. I didn't use any chemicals, but I did kill it. Everything is so soggy this morning. So we had a huge storm blew through last night again. My herbs, whatever was eating this, has stopped eating it, but now it's not as purple. It's kind of actually green around the edges. So I don't know if it's dying or what the deal is. And then some of my thyme, chocolate mint, more poke. Carrots back there drowning in pots because we got several inches of rain last night, like within an hour. I mean, seriously, we had some real rain. Front yard, of course. Okay, and here we are at the strawberries. They're getting eaten up by birds. I'm going to put some sort of netting over the top of this because the strawberries are low enough that if I just put like maybe chicken wire or something over the top, I will actually be able to get some strawberries of my own instead of just feeding the bird population. And then here's my other garden. My son gives garden tours now. I've given this garden tour so many times to my friends and family who've come over that now my son will come out here and he'll show everybody the plants, and he says this one is a twigwood dogwood according to him, but it's actually a red twig dogwood. And he says this is our biscuits plants. And it's actually hibiscus, but it's so cute when he gives the garden tour. I just love it. I just let him do it. I mean, he knows all of these are squashes. He'll tell you every single one of them. Yellow squash, more yellow squash, more yellow squash, yellow squash, yellow squash, yellow squash, yellow squash. And these are zucchini, the Black Beauty zucchini. And they're actually getting quite a bit bigger just over the last week since I last did my video. They've actually, you know, it's rained several inches over the last week. I mean, my yard is just squishy. So, I mean, these plants are obviously loving the rain. They're loving the fertilizer. I fertilize these once, and I'll probably fertilize them once later in the season after the squash vine borers do their damage. But for the most part, that is my garden. This is my front of my house. It's kind of boring right now, but it actually, when these